to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about how I became a makeup artist and if I can give you any tips on becoming a makeup artist yourself. So I've been in the makeup industry for over 6 years now, and I've had experience of working in London Fashion Week, Paris Fashion Week, in Italy. I've tried out quite a few different aspects of being a makeup artist, so I do feel like I have a bit of experience in this area, and hopefully I can advise you guys on any tips and advice. So if you want to hear my story on how I became a makeup artist, please keep watching. So when I was younger, I was one of those kids that was not good at anything. I literally got by school with C's and D's, and I was never one of those kids that knew, oh, I want to be a lawyer or I want to be like a dentist. When I was younger, I just kind of floated by. I definitely did find it really hard to kind of know where I was going in life. I literally had no idea on what I wanted to do, and I literally just went on the UCAS website and just went through the alphabet, and I was like, hey, advertising, that sounds good. I didn't even bother scrolling all through because they had such a long list of all these different subjects you could apply for. So I thought I wanted to go into advertising at first just because it sounded fun. I didn't know anything about advertising. I just kind of clicked it because it was one of the first in the list. I applied for all the UCAS. I've done my personal statement and everything. So if you guys don't know, if you wanted to apply for university in the UK, you have to go through this whole system called UCAS, and it's basically your application. You have to write this long kind of essay about you and why you would be good for this course and blah blah blah. So after I applied for that course, I had a talk with one of my graphic design teacher, and she told me that if I wanted to go into advertising, I should pick graphic design instead. So I was like, oh shit, I applied for the wrong course then. So then I cancelled my application and I tried to reapply for graphic design, but by then it was too late. So I was basically left to go into clearing. My teacher told me I can apply for this foundation course, and it was for 1 year. You get to try a bit of everything. You got to try fashion, photography, graphic design and all this other stuff. But in the end I chose graphic design because I thought I wanted to do advertising. Little did I know, I fucking hated it. It was the worst year of my life. I hated it so much. I was with a lot of my friends from school who also had the same problem as me, and they didn't know what they wanted to do. A lot of them just wanted to carry on and do 3 years in university for a course that they didn't want to do. So I was like, no, that would be the worst decision of my life. And then one day on Facebook I saw someone post about a makeup course, and I was like, maybe I should apply for a makeup course, and it's like a 2-year course. I always felt like I wanted to go into education for as long as I could until I have to just work full-time. So I only applied for 2 courses, and one of the course was London College of Fashion, and I didn't even get an interview. That's how shit I was. So the second course was 2 hours away from me, and I had to travel 2 hours every day to go to this college. To be honest, I feel like it didn't really teach me how to do makeup. So in makeup, I find in particular you don't need a qualification. You can just go into makeup and just be self-taught. Some of the best makeup artists in the world are all self-taught. So if you've got enough drive in you and this is what you really want to do, I honestly don't feel like you need to spend all your money and be in loads of debt for something that is not even useful, you know. There are definitely pros and cons to go on a makeup course. Like, you feel a lot more confident in yourself to have a qualification behind you. It slowly does build your skill on different aspects of makeup. So by going on this makeup course, I was on it for 2 years, and I got to try out wig making, prosthetics, body painting, airbrushing. I got to try a little bit of everything. I feel like I never specialised in one thing in particular. It was a good way to kind of open up my eyes to the world of makeup, because there was a time where I just thought makeup was just party makeup or just bridal makeup, but there is a whole world of different types of makeup artistry out there. You can literally go into a field of being a full-time body painter, you can be in the film industry, the TV industry. There's just so many different aspects to makeup rather than just bridal or just party makeup. So if you don't really like all this kind of like glam, smoky eye kind of thing, you can go into film where that's a bit more realistic, or prosthetics. That is a really popular one and really good money as well. If you guys never watched the TV show Face Off, that is an amazing prosthetics TV show. It's kind of like America's Next Top Model but makeup style. If you don't want to go down the education route, what I would recommend is to go out and just email loads of different brands and companies and different makeup artists as well, just to see if you can assist them, because assisting is an amazing way to get your foot in the door in the makeup artistry world. So assisting basically means that you'll be working for free most of the time. Sometimes there's a budget for assistance, but normally you kind of have to do the first few jobs for free, and you basically just show up. You're there just to clean brushes, just to stand back and grab the person you're assisting anything that they need. Sometimes if you're lucky you can do like the skin on the models, but you just get to learn firsthand from an actual makeup artist who's in the industry. I've assisted for over 3 or 4 years, and there's some experience that I will never ever dream of even being a part of if it wasn't for assisting. So it's an amazing way to kind of watch and learn at the same time, and it really helps you with like what to have in your kit and not to have in your kit, like different etiquettes to have backstage and stuff like that. I am going to try to film a video next on how to pack your kit and products you need to have in your kit and how to start off a kit. Hopefully I can try to film that for you guys. I need to work out how I'm going to like set it up and film it and stuff. So when I was 17 I applied for Boots 3 times and I had to fill out the long ass questionnaire. It was 75 questions and I failed 3 times and I didn't get the job. So one day me and my older sister decided to go up Blue Water, and she told me that she wanted to go into MAC and buy a new foundation. And I was like, why do you want to go into MAC for? They're so bitchy in there. Little do you know, the story later on gets a bit interesting. So that day me and my older sister went shopping, and that day I beat my face, honey, to the nines. And I went into the MAC counter, and then one of the girls approached me and she was like, oh, I really love your makeup. Would you ever think about applying for MAC? And I was like, yes. So at the time I was looking for a job, so it just worked out perfectly. So she called the manager over, and within the next 2 days we arranged an interview, and I was so nervous. If you guys want me to go through my MAC story and everything like that, I can do that in a separate video. So I can tell you my story on how I got the job at MAC, how long I've been with the brand for. I can give you tips on the interview questions, because I've interviewed for MAC quite a few times now because I've moved around in different stores. So I've got a list of all the questions there, so I can say it now on YouTube and help anyone else out there who wants to kind of get a job there. I'd really recommend, if anyone out there is trying to get into makeup, to start in like a makeup retail job, because it will really help you with things like, you know, building your makeup kit and surrounding yourself by really good talented people. So that's the first step that I would recommend for anyone to do, is to get a makeup retail job to start out with. The thing I would say about being a makeup artist is that you should really sit down and think about, is this the job you actually want to go for? Because a lot of people always just think that it's such a glamorous life and you just go around, do makeup and then that's it. But it's such hard work. Like sometimes you could be working 12, 16, 18 hours, where some days you could only work 1 or 2 hours. So it's really inconsistent. So if that doesn't fit within your lifestyle and you like having a routine, like a normal 9-to-5 job, it's probably not the right job for you. But if you're really creative and you love working with different people and every day is something new, you know, some people really thrive in that situation and some people might not like it as much. So I would really recommend to just sit down and kind of write a little list of pros and cons. The next tip I will give you is to definitely try to test. If you guys don't know what testing is, it's basically you find a group of people. So normally it's like a model, a hairstylist, a photographer and a makeup artist. They kind of get together and do like a little project together, and everyone's doing it for free. So everyone's obviously trying to get some good images out of it, and it's an amazing way to kind of get connections and to get really good images for your portfolio as well. You need to work on your portfolio, and I cannot tell you how important your portfolio is. Good quality work that you're proud to say is yours. And this is something that I really struggled with at first, especially when I was assisting, because I found I was gaining a lot of knowledge inside, but when I walked away from everything, a lot of stuff you can't use as your own work, obviously, because you're just assisting on the job. So after assisting for so long, I was looking at my own portfolio, and even though I had so much knowledge inside, but when I looked at my own work, I just had all this old work from college that didn't really represent me anymore. So I had to really put myself out there and find some good hairstylists, a good photographer and some decent models as well to kind of work on. A lot of times it's really hard because there's like a certain standard that everyone wants to meet, and you need to make sure that everyone's on the same page. And because everyone's doing this for free, you want to make sure that every single person is happy with the shots that they received. The worst thing is doing the whole day for free, and then when you get the images back you're like, fucking the hair looks shit or the lighting looks shit. Like it's the worst. So you really need to make sure you do your research and find photographers that you love their work or hairstylists that you love your work. Don't just settle for anyone, because your time is really precious. Even though you are trying to build yourself as a makeup artist, you shouldn't let someone else's work drag down your work at the same time. So make sure the people that you're going to be collaborating with has the same mindset, the same kind of skill set as you, because at the end of the day everyone's trying to get some good images, and the worst thing is when there's a dud in the group. Just do your research well. Go on Instagram, just send them an email saying that you would love to collaborate with them. If they have any shoots, you would love to do makeup for it, and show them a link of your work as well, you know, show what you have to offer, because at the same time they need to see like what you can offer to the table. So it's also really important for you to have a website or a social media platform that you can just link to them and just show them what your kind of work is about. They need to see your work as well as you need to see theirs. So while I'm here, I might as well talk about social media now, because in this day and age it is so important to be knowledgeable about social media. It depends on what kind of makeup artist field you want to go into, because if you want to go into more like bridal and party makeup, it needs to be all about your Instagram and kind of before and after photos, and it's such a great way to show off your work, and it's free as well. What else can we ask for? Do you know what I mean? It's just, everyone's got Instagram. It's such a nice place to go see people's work, to look for inspiration. I would highly recommend, if you haven't, to make an Instagram page or Facebook page or even a Tumblr, because you can only get more followers. You'll never really lose followers. So it's a really good way to show off, you know, what you have to offer. You never know, people could stumble across your account and your account could just blow up. I've heard of like Rihanna going on people's Instagrams and being like, oh, I really love her makeup, I want her to do my makeup, and she flew that person out to do her makeup, and now they're like a famous celebrity makeup artist. So you really don't know. Nearly enough everyone is into this digital kind of social media world, so if you're not really into it, you should really try to get into it, especially if you're trying to build your own brand and build your own makeup artistry skills. It's a really good way to kind of follow other makeup artists, collaborate. It's such an amazing way to collaborate with other kind of hairstylists, photographers. Yeah, I'd really highly recommend to at least start an Instagram page. I remember I'd done a long Snapchat on the camera I used, the lighting I used, the editing software I used, and so many people commented and said how helpful it was, and it really helped their selfie game. So if you guys want to see how I edit my Instagram photos or how I take my Instagram photos, give me a thumbs up on this video and comment down below if you want to see that. So the two main things you need to be a really successful makeup artist is to be determined and to be organised, because this industry is not built for everybody. In this industry you really have to stay determined, because sometimes you can feel like a little baby fish in a big sea of big daddy fishes, and you're just like swimming along trying to make it, and sometimes you can really knock your confidence, you know, when you see your client going with another makeup artist and that other makeup artist is charging cheaper than you, so should you lower your price? But it's something that everyone kind of goes through. Like any job, you're gonna have ups and downs and you're gonna doubt yourself, but you really need to just kind of look past that and don't look at what other people are doing, and just focus on you and your own goals and what you want to achieve in this lifetime. You know, you only have one life. As long as you know that that's what you want to do, nothing's going to stop you from achieving your goals. And even if you're working a 9-to-5 job now, you can still on weekends, you know, go out and slay people's makeup. And even if you just charge a little bit of money at the start, and then slowly you can build up your clientele, and then, you know, when you're a bit more experienced, you can just charge a bit more and just have extra money on the side. That's a really good way to get started into it. Like if you don't want to just quit your job and become a makeup artist, do it on the side just to see if you like it and see if that fits into your lifestyle, because it is sometimes really ups and downs. You'll have a lot of months where you'll have a lot of clients, and then there'll be some months where you have like one client and then you're like, shit. When I show you how to pack your makeup kit, I'm going to show you how important it is to be organised, because there's nothing worse than going to a job and people looking at your kit thinking like, oh my god, you don't know what you're doing, or your kit doesn't look professional. And also staying organised with your calendar, everything, because that can be such a pain sometimes when you get so busy and you just double book things, and you know, you have a boyfriend to juggle, your family to juggle, your work, your social media. Sometimes it can get on top of you, so you have to really try to stay organised. I've got 2 apps as well that I can link below that really helps me in becoming a bit more organised, because let me tell you, if you haven't watched my 20 random facts, I am freaking messy. All stuff is everywhere. I can't remember where I put that yesterday. It's things like that. So these 2 apps really help me. The first app I'm going to show you is called 24Me, and it's basically a calendar app. And I know everyone has a calendar on their phone already, but this calendar app is freaking genius. Before, I had to take my iPad mini with me everywhere I went because the calendar app on that was so much better than the iPhone app. I really hate the iPhone calendar app because I feel like it kind of juggles your work around. It's not that clear. So the good thing about this app is that it syncs straight into the calendar app on the iPhone, so you don't have to be careful about using two different calendars. It all syncs up into one. The good thing about this app is you can put down the location, the time, you can invite people. It's got different types of calendars, and it's also got notes there as well. The notes are really good. If someone's paid like a deposit or something like that, you can write down on the notes like how much it owes you and etc. So also it will say the start and end date. You can also change the time. You can change it for if it's all day or if it's just for an hour. You can set reminders, repeating, and this is really good as well. And the good thing about this is, look, you can write down the location. So a lot of times I'll have like bridal jobs and they'll send me the location like months and months ago and I completely forgot, and then I have to go through all the emails. So this is really good because I could put in the location straight away and then I could click on the time, I can add notes and everything. So it's a really good way. It'll show you all the traffic, if there's traffic there, how long it will take to get there. It's such a good app. Now the next app that I have here, don't watch my Nando's app. The next app that I have is called Set More. So I just clicked on this button so you can add in like your customers' details. So this is really cool because you can add all different types of staff to your account. So if you have more than one person working for your brand, then that's a really good way. You can also add services and categories and everything. I'll show you the services. So these are kind of like my services that I kind of offer. You can put them in for 2-hour slots, an hour and a half, etc. So it's up to you how long you kind of do the makeup for, but it's really nice because it's customizable. So I'll just show you this. You can add a lot of new stuff as well. You can add new customers, new staff members, new services. So I'll just show you here on the customer. You can put in their first name, their last name, email, phone number, address, everything, and then you can like call them all on here and it'll save their details for next time. So if they're a returning customer, you can just book them in for that slot and it will show you all their details. So at the top here you can click on all the different schedules. If you have more than obviously just me, then you can show everyone's different schedules, but I'll just click on mine. I haven't set this up properly yet, but it's such a cool thing because you can add different appointments. So you can click like, just say like bridal makeup, and you can click different time slots. So I can do like, I don't know, like 8 AM. And then you can add a new customer, add an existing customer. I'll just quickly add a new one. Hello. Okay, so that's just created a new customer. I just done that like a random thing. Basically, you put down all your different costs here. And then you'll see on the 1st of September, I've got Helco booked in for bridal makeup, and then you can add more appointments. You can block out a slot as well if you want a bit of like a longer time or you want like a lunch break, and then also it will add up the total money that you made that week. So for that job I made £250. So if I've had more appointments, then it will kind of keep racking up, because a lot of times when you get cash in hand jobs you kind of just spend it willy-nilly. So this is a good way to kind of calculate how much money you earned, and it's also all saved online for you. So you can actually go on the Set More website and you can have a list of all of your appointments on there, so you don't have to worry about just being on your phone. You can also access it on a computer. So yeah guys, I think I blabbered long enough. It's going to be so hard to edit because I'm probably going to repeat myself so many times in this video, but I hope you guys liked it and I hope someone out there found this interesting. And make sure you follow me on my social media. It's xThuyle on Snapchat, Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.
So if you want to get yourself a job at Mac, you need to beat that face and go in there, you know, act as if and you might get spotted one day.
So also you can do the start and end time as well. You, for fuck's sake, stop messaging her! Just so that you have a link to show people. What? People? What?
SLR contacted me. They said, do you want to get the battery?
Oh my god, temperature cold! Shut up! Older sister, she's always...
Sorry.
That's going to my bloopers now.